Hello. I appropriately named this video me being a boxcar, because that's pretty much how this series of clips are. After you're out there for 3 days and you maybe have 100 conversations, and possibly, you know, I video 60 of them, and after 3 days of spending average of 14 hours in front of a computer editing them, my brain gets kind of scrambled. And you know, trying to put some of these clips together is kind of, it's just like a mixed salad. So this is a mixed salad, but you know, I try to make it interesting, because it is interesting. We start out with a guy that's he works on Russian-American relations with an organization. So we start out with a rather good guy here with that, and we get a little bit of everything here, from you know, schizoid street people to people in California that work in different departments in the government out there, and Chicago people, and just, you know, people. It's the streets. That's what I am. I'm on the streets. It's a talk show radio without the walls. Anybody can stumble in and say anything, and they pretty much do. So this is a you know, pretty stumbling video. But I hope you enjoy it. You know, got a couple of I don't know, hopefully more coherent ones coming up, because there were some long conversations I had out there that I'm going to be editing here for the next day. That hold together a bit more, hopefully. So anyway, if you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. You know the routine. And subscribe and all that stupid stuff, and throw something in the kitty, and go buy something, and yada yada yada. Whatever. Okay, well, anyway, you know I love you. And let's go on the streets. So what do you do in Russia?
We are here on a program called The Open World, and actually it's trying to foster friendship and understanding between the two countries.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And how does that work? Where do you work out of? And
the program is based out of Washington, D.C., and then through local Rotary clubs, they bring in delegations, and they're hosted in American families and learn about American way of governing.
Now, of course, the whole discourse that's been going down since Trump's been in has been absurd.
But it's better than having the left government.
Well, indeed, but the idea that Russia would interfere.
Let's not go there.
Oh no, let's. How does that interact or interfere with your business and what you're trying to do? Because I'm sure that has to come up.
Oh, it's bad, because sanctions, everything. Business could have been 10 times better. Cooperation in the oil and gas industry, because we're as big a producer as America is.
Oh, you've got resources. We've got the technology.
Yes.
If we joined hands,
the politics,
they couldn't stop us.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop us. Together, Russia and America would be a juggernaut.
Yes.
So, you know, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Can I take you to the further outer limits?
Yeah.
We've had free energy for over 100 years that they've been suppressing. And it's not solar and it's not wind and none of this bullshit. Watch a documentary called Thrive, Thrive.
Thrive?
Thrive.
The kids could probably find it on the phone.
Oh, yeah, it's easy. It's on YouTube. You're familiar with Procter & Gamble?
Yep.
Okay. Foster Gamble, heir to that vast fortune, groomed to be a top 0.0001%er, has an epiphany, and he goes, I'm surrounded by psychopaths. I can do this. So he breaks from the agenda. He makes this documentary called Thrive. The first thing he exposes in this documentary is the hidden technology of free energy. Look it up.
Wow. So, do you have any people come up to you that are kind of abrasive?
We can try.
You know, they don't like what you're doing, or...
As I said, I'm right here. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm willing to talk or any other thing you want to do.
But that's if they can't talk.
That's right.
You can't talk.
How you doing, brother man?
Right, dog.
Looks like being married. Isn't that a little different? Good to see you.
Yeah, look it up. Thrive.
How you doing?
All right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Where you from? From where?
New Orleans.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, that explains the attitude. See, one thing about New Orleans people, we know we've been played for a long time, man. We don't take this shit seriously at all.
Right.
You know, we know it's a joke. What's Mardi Gras if it isn't making fun of the powers that be?
Nah, you good, brother. You good.
Right?
Yeah.
So what do you do here? What are you doing in New Orleans?
Yeah, hey, that's all. Yeah, you said the right word. That's a good one. He normal, dog. Just leave him alone.
Yeah.
You think life meant to be a joke?
Well, it's meant to be a challenge. I don't know if it's a joke. We can take it as a joke.
Right.
Reminds me of that song. It's that Bob Dylan song. I think life is just but a joke. And you and I, we've been through that.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't think it's a joke, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a challenge.
Right. You said the right word, sir.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a test and challenge.
Right.
It's a spiritual test, brother.
Oh, yeah.
We're living in a material world, and it's a spiritual battle.
Right. Yeah, you're smart. I'm sorry, brother.
That's all right. You ain't sorry about nothing. You're cool.
I apologize, little folks.
For what?
I just be thinking a little weird, but I gotta apologize. But at the same time, I be praying, but I try to walk and pray, and then I try to. But if I say something to offend you,
You ain't said jack crap that offended me yet, man. Yeah, you've been very cool.
Thank you, my brother. All right, you have a blessed one, brother.
Yourself, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, take it easy, brother.
I was an investigator for the feds.
In what capacity?
I was in the labor department. I investigated labor law.
That would be an interesting place to be right about now, wouldn't it?
Actually, right now it's easy.
Is it?
There's a lot of money out there, and people are paying right, and they're not cheating too much on contracts because the economy's good. You know, the economy's good, everything is rolling. But when it's bad and unemployment's high and all that, they start cheating on labor and stuff, and they just beat up on the people, and that's what I go make sure they do right. A lot of child labor laws and stuff like that.
Right. But how does the illegal immigration and all play into that, though? I mean,
when we investigated, it didn't matter who it was, whether illegal or illegal, because we had no rights to ask. We just couldn't. It was against their rights. But if they worked, they were owed the money. Now, we would investigate the employer for not certifying that they were legal.
Why wouldn't you be allowed to ask? I mean,
because we just enforced their pay, not their legal status. That was INS and immigration, and those paid off.
All right.
Last time you were in the UK?
About a week ago.
About a week ago? Where do you live in the UK?
In Brighton.
In Brighton?
Yeah. Very liberal town.
A lot has been happening in the UK lately.
Oh, shit.
Are you familiar with Tommy Robinson?
Can't stand the guy.
I beg your pardon?
I can't stand the guy.
Stone the guy?
I can't stand the guy.
Why not?
Because he's a pillock. He's a big racist pillock. Wants locking up. I'm going to go.
No, excuse me, but he's fighting for your country. I know more about him than you do, lady.
You don't even live there.
Lady, I think you're the racist. So how do you handle it out there in California with all those libtards?
I try not to put a gun to the roof of my mouth each and every day that I watch the local news.
I'm telling you.
Now we see stuff here and we think about what it would be like, and it's out of control. And the last governor was bad, and this one's worse. So.
Oh, but yesterday there was a story, I think it was on Tucker Carlson, or if I'm not mistaken, could have been, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That was in L.A. What was this? Some ancient disease now caught from fleas that are, you know, someone in the city hall caught it because it's like it's coming from the streets. You know, we're getting all these diseases coming back because you know, the homeless all over the place.
Yeah. San Francisco used to be when we were first dating. San Francisco was beautiful. We spent the whole day there. Now it's overrun with the homeless, and they got the free reign.
Well, I used to be a hippie, and I went 3133 Washington Street is where I used to live in San Francisco, right around the corner from Feinstein.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And I remember all I have is fond memories how beautiful it was, and, you know, and everything. But now I've cried just thinking about it. It's a shame.
You know, and we both hunt and fish, and they're cracking down on us, and it's just.
Are you going to stay, or what are you going to do?
I would love to have a place somewhere in a normal state and live there 6 months and 1 week.
We have a lot of roots.
Yeah.
I know.
In the small town where we live,
we're fifth generation.
It's hard to leave.
I know. I speak to a lot of people. It's such a beautiful state, and people have grown up there for generations. And it's. You know, it's hard for them to leave, but they're going to got to. You know, it's like
we have a lot of friends that have left.
Yeah.
They lived there forever.
Yeah.
I know.
Like our house was built by my great-grandfather.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a beautiful place. And
he remodeled it.
Yeah.
We're not from there. We're from here.
No, all right.
Lake Charles, not too far.
Yeah, indeed. You're in the hood.
We're the hood.
Yeah.
But then we're good friends. We cruise together.
Yeah.
You know, my dream is to live 6 months in 1 day somewhere like Oklahoma or back here somewhere where it's normal.
In what capacity?
Transportation.
Yeah, well, I mean, just, you know, LA's always in the news. I was just in the news. I mean, you're a big city, obviously, and there's so much going on there right now. But what I read about, I mean, if you're in transportation, especially, you know, the homeless, do you having to deal with the homeless?
Yes.
At all?
It's a big problem and an issue right now in Los Angeles. So the county is doing a lot of stuff to try to tackle the issue.
Yeah.
Providing some housing, low-income housing, or just locations for them to sleep at least overnight.
I know. What was in the news yesterday about it was the diseases now that are being spread and transmitted. The fleas, some things we haven't seen in a long time.
A lot of rising the infections also.
Oh, well, I hope you're safe from that.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I work for the county in the infectious disease department.
And what, really? You do?
Yeah.
So tell me about how are they? What are they doing? What are they doing about it?
There's a lot of budget. We're trying to cut the chain of infection for many different infections, foodborne infections, sexually transmitted diseases, tuberculosis. So whenever we have a case, we try to make sure to figure out where it came from, where it might have gone, so we can get everyone into treatment. And the county and the government, along with the CDC, provide funding for it.
You've got to be absolutely running around in circles right now with what's happening out there. Well, but still, I mean, wouldn't it be just better to stop the people from coming in to get a handle on this first? I mean,
I don't know about stopping the people in. It's better to educate people to be safe about not transmitting the infection. Just safe practices, hand washing, preventive measures better.
But I mean, there was even on this news article story I saw yesterday, the police officers were complaining because they're being held back from even clearing the sidewalks. And so the sidewalks are, of course, accumulating, debris, rats, human feces, all of it, the needles, and
the county is cleaning it up, but the only thing, they can't clean the people. They can't, because it's public property. They just lay there, stay there. They can't force them to come up.
I mean, how many homeless right now would be, you say, on there?
I really couldn't give a number. I don't know. I don't directly deal with that area, but it's high, pretty high.
It's in the thousands.
Actually, this week they were supposed to start to do a count, to go out on the streets, and the county personnel counting what the population, homeless population is. They were asking for volunteers. I didn't.
You got enough on your hands. I imagine you can't volunteer for anything. I gotta ask. I've been asking people, everybody in Chicago, because Smollett's back in the news.
Yeah.
I haven't run anybody yet that believe that BS.
Well, I think a lot of people didn't believe it from the word go. A lot of it didn't make sense. We were just talking about it. The day he said he got assaulted, it was about 8 degrees out when he said it happened. It was 2:30 in the morning. He said he was going for a sandwich. And then these two guys, they happened to have a rope with a noose. I mean, they just happened to be carrying it around. Like, there was so much there that just didn't make a lot of sense. That
you're just reiterating everything I've heard everybody else said. It's like what?
Yeah.
What?
Walking around for a sandwich at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What are you going to do?
Well, thankfully he got indicted. So hopefully he gets convicted, and hopefully but he's sticking to the story. He's still,
Well, I think at this point it's hard to sit there and go, you know what? I made it all out. It would have been better. I think he would have been able to get away with that 2 or 3 days later, when everybody started to sniff around and they're sitting there going, this maybe doesn't make sense. That's when you can get away with it. Not after you keep sticking to it, and then you're charged. I think at that point, you just keep your mouth shut and let your lawyer do the work.
He didn't, though, did he? Get on TV, blab. I hope there's going to be justice. Yeah, there's going to be justice, all right.
Yeah, one little scrape on his eye. I'm like,
yeah, and did you see those two guys that he said attacked him?
Yeah.
He's not a very big person, and those two guys were built like brick shit houses.
I know.
And if they would have attacked him, I guarantee you, it would have been more than it looked like a cut you got from shaving.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was no black eye, there was no swelled up nose, lip, nothing.
Yeah. Well, one thing is for sure, he'll never get an award for script writing.
no, that's true. That is so true.
He might get next year's Oscar for best comedy, though. What do you do?
Work for college.
Yeah, I work for a university.
Which one?
Lamar
And
Beaumont, Texas.
And what do you do for them?
Maintenance.
Maintenance?
Yes, sir.
Are they another liberal college?
Every college is a liberal college.
Yeah, put up with
They're
that
a bunch
crap.
of pinheads and idiots. But they become indoctrinated in grade school, and it goes on up the chain.
Yeah.
And when they get to universities, they're all liberal.
I remember when he was at that CPAC.
CPAC, yeah.
And the biggest applause he got was, I'm going to initiate free speech at the colleges.
Indeed. Indeed. You know, colleges only want to hear one side.
Yeah.
They're all for free speech as long as you agree with them. But if you're
they've been shut down.
Forbid you're a conservative. You know?
If you show up at, you know this, if you show up at a conservative at college, they show up and try to shut you down.
Exactly. I ordered one of those hats online. I'm going to wear it to work, and I'm going to see how long it takes them to complain. And you watch. It won't be a day. They'll tell me I can't wear that hat no more. Somebody's offended by it.
Tough.
Tough. Exactly.
That's you're probably offended.
That's what I say. Go find a safe space. They're a therapy dog to pet.
I don't see anything in the Constitution that mentions your feelings.
Exactly. Exactly. You are correct. That's what they're trying to legislate. Not working with me, though.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you so
God
much.
bless you, brother.
God bless you, man.
Oh, he has. Thank you very much.
I like it.
Okay, was that one goofy enough for you? Scrambled enough for you? I hope it was interesting enough for you, because, you know, there were bits and pieces in there that were enjoyable. So, you know what you do. Help this poor guy out. Because I'm going to need it when they commit me. You know. So, thanks a lot for stopping by. And, you know, I'll see you on the streets.